name is Norbert Brown, and I am an early college instructor for Vincennes Lincoln High School. One of the most important things that I would tell a young person is select a career that's going to make them happy. I would say, why are you selecting this career? And if it's based solely on money or location or something like that, I would be very hesitant or encourage them to reconsider that. Make sure that they're happy, because money doesn't always create happiness.
My name is Shay Duke, and I'm the principal of Vincennes Lincoln High School. Something that I think is prevalent right now is not following through very well. And I mean, if you go interview for a job, or if you get a job, or if you've started your job, sometimes people just don't show up, or they don't show up on time. Once they do the job for a couple days, they just don't come back. And I think that the best advice I can give is don't burn bridges. Always leave things on a good note. Even if you don't enjoy the job, give the 2 weeks notice, and don't burn bridges, because you never know when you're going to turn around and that person is on a committee that's hiring another job, or that person is a parent that you work with in the school that you work at, or that person just happens to be a customer at a company you end up working for, and they don't want to work with you because of your actions when you worked for them or with them. And so try to always, even if you don't end up working at a job or liking your job, or you end up leaving a job, always try to leave on a positive note and try to do your best at everything you do.
My career path was maybe a little odd, but I think a lot of people's career paths are pretty odd. I attended Vincennes Lincoln High School and initially didn't anticipate going to college, but on a whim, I took a tour of Vincennes University. To be honest, it was a free day out of school, so that's why I went. But when I went on the tour, my eyes were really opened, and I saw the automotive technology program at Vincennes University, and it really looked like something that I would be interested in. And I began learning things that I was very interested in, and I went home that evening, spoke with my parents at dinner time. They thought I was joking at first, but I told them that I thought I would be interested in going to college, and they supported that wholeheartedly. And for the first time in my life, I began getting good grades. And the 2 years of Vincennes University went very fast, and towards the conclusion of that, a professor from Indiana State University in Terre Haute came and gave a speech to our class and spoke with us, and I ended up going to Indiana State University for 2 more years to achieve a bachelor's degree. That was in automotive technology. And then by that point, I really had begun really enjoying the learning process, and so I ended up ultimately staying. I was offered an assistantship for reduced tuition, and I ended up staying at Indiana State University and received a master's degree in industrial technology. I was going to be an efficiency expert for a manufacturer. I was working in my spare time at a local garage repairing automobiles, and was really close to taking a career doing that, what I went to college for. And I was approached by one of my former college professors and said, "Hey, Norbert, we are in a pinch. We really need someone to teach. We had a professor that had to leave unexpectedly due to medical reasons. Would you be interested in being a teacher for us, teaching automotive technology?" And I said, "No, not really, but in the 11th hour, if you haven't found someone, come back and I'd be willing to teach for a few days until you found someone." Well, they did come back in the 11th hour and said, "We don't have anyone." And so I went to help, and those few days turned into 21 years at Vincennes University. And I worked my way up through the ranks. Started off as being an instructor, and then went to assistant professor, associate's professor, and finally full professor. And then I wore many hats during that time, but one of the things I did while working there was we reopened the automotive program here at Vincennes Lincoln High School, and I was out here 2 hours a day in the mornings, and I really, really enjoyed the interaction with the high school students and helping them set goals and helping them to get on the right path to achieving those goals. And so ultimately I stepped away from Vincennes University and came to Vincennes Lincoln High School full-time, and I've enjoyed that very much. And the funny part of that is I still teach. The bulk of what I teach are Vincennes University automotive technology courses here at Lincoln High School. So it's a great opportunity for students, and I sure enjoy interacting with them.
Took a little bit of a convoluted path to being principal. I taught for 2 years in Tennessee. I took some time off to be with my kids. I left and went to a whole different industry, but I missed teaching, and I love teaching. I loved it. I don't think I realized the difference until I got here. I mean, there is a huge difference in the two jobs, and just in the number of emails. Man, I had no idea the number of emails. And so that I don't think I realized how different the two jobs were, but I love what I do, and I love our students, and I love our school, and I'm glad that I get to represent Lincoln High School every day, and I'm glad that I get to work with students every day.
What I like best about working for the VCSC is I truly feel appreciated, supported, and respected here, and that's what I like.
But I hope that people know how much your teachers care about your success and how much all of us want to see you all do something that you really enjoy, and how open we are to answering questions about that. A student came in to talk to me the other day, and she was really stressing about her schedule, and while Miss Schaefer and Mrs. Mansfield are the experts on scheduling, all of us are willing to answer any questions we can, because we just want you all to be successful. And so if you have questions about careers, I mean, you have no idea. I'm sure Mr. Lang has done a ton of things that you guys don't even have a clue that he's done. And so just ask questions. That's how you'll know. I mean, I guarantee nobody would think I've worked on a construction job site in the middle of nowhere in Tennessee. But I have lots of opinions on that. If anybody ever wants to ask about construction. But, you never know unless you ask. And so always be willing to ask questions, because we really do want to see you guys succeed and do your best. And we also have lots of connections. I mean, we all have people we know and people we talk to. And so it might be a situation where you ask a teacher a question, they say, oh, my brother does this, let me call him and see if he can get you an internship or whatever. So don't be afraid to ask.